Hi my lovely Aries, welcome to your October 2020 love reading. I nearly said work and career reading. That's because I finished those last week. They're all on the channel, so if you haven't caught up with those yet and they're something you want to see, then please have a look. But today we're going to concentrate on what is coming in for you or how your love life is going to be affected during the month of October. Please remember this is general guidance, so it's not going to resonate with everybody, but please take from it the bits that do. So thank you, by the way, to all of you who've subscribed. It's really helped the channel to grow. I'm so excited because I think when I last looked, we were on 1485, so we're nearly hitting the 1500 mark. How exciting is that? Honestly, I never dreamt when I started this channel, just literally about 5 months ago, that we'd be at this stage. So thank you. If you're new to YouTube, by the way, don't worry that subscribing is going to sort of tie you into anything or cost you any money, because I know that was a worry of mine when I subscribed to my first channel. But it doesn't. It just means that if you click the notification bell, you'll know when the next videos are coming up from this particular channel. So, right, let's get on with it, Aries. I'm still in an elderly care facility at the moment, which is a long story and I won't go into it now, but I'm staying here temporarily while I clear my father's belongings from his flat. So if there's background noise, I do apologise, but I'm going to continue with the reading and see how it goes. Okay, so Spirit, we're reading for Aries, please, today, for love, for October, for love for October. Awareness. Look at this crown chakra card, Aries. Beautiful. I'm going to get all the cards first and then let's see where we go. We have some deception and envy. We have the Sacral Chakra card. Gosh, chakras are active here. We have mental conflict. And we have disruption. We have memories of love. What else? This is an interesting spread for you this time, Aries. We have sacrifice. You want me to take this? Thank you. Gosh, another chakra card. I nearly said sacra card then. Throat chakra. Which one, please? That one. Okay. Okay, recognition and reward. Interesting, because we're getting a lot of this recognition and reward coming up in various readings, and it almost feels like it's a time when things are really evolving, really changing, and all the sacrifices that have been made by all of us over the last few months, it's going to be our time coming soon. But anyway, let's look specifically at you, Aries. So we start with the crown chakra card. So during the month of October, you're going to be very much in your intuition. You're going to be feeling, maybe sometimes you won't understand quite why you're doing things. I don't mean that in an odd way, but it's, Spirit are going to be sending you messages through your intuition. So it may be that you suddenly have like a thought about something in a way that you hadn't thought of it before, and this will be your intuition guiding you in a certain direction, Aries. So just be mindful of that if something sort of random comes up, that's why. They don't want you to be stressing about this, because we have the card of mental conflict here. And it may be that, your intuition is telling you one thing and your logical conscious mind is telling you another. And that will cause you some sort of feeling of imbalance sometimes. I don't get the feeling you're going to have a stressy month, but I do feel there's going to be times during the month where, you're going to just feel a bit stressed about things. And it feels more like confusion than actual stress, to be honest. But confusion obviously brings stress, but it kind of feels like you're trying to marry up the feelings between your instinct and your logical mind. So if you're in a relationship at the moment and you're really not sure about it, you may find that it's because your heart is telling you one thing and your instinct's telling you one thing, but your logical mind is telling you something else. Okay? So, you know, that's where you could have this inner conflict going on. And you may feel that there are, you know, we have a card of sacrifice, so you may feel that you're having to sacrifice something for this particular relationship. Okay, you know, this may be for some of you who are meeting someone new. If you're not in a relationship at the moment, it may be that you've met somebody new, but, you know, maybe you're having to sacrifice part of your belief system. That's just come to me, and it's come to me for a reason. There may be some of you that are in a relationship that you are feeling isn't quite right for you, or that you don't particularly agree with some of the behaviours perhaps that this person is getting involved in, or the way that they approach things, or their ethics maybe. And there may be a part of you that feels, hang on, I'm having to sort of make too many allowances of who I am as a person and what I believe in order to be in this relationship. And this may be where the conflict comes, because you may be thinking, well, actually, I have feelings for this person, you know, but my intuition is telling me to be careful. But actually, my logical mind is saying, but I really like this person and I want to be with them. So, you know, this is where the sacrifice is being made, and this is what's causing you to feel uneasy and unsettled. I do apologise for the voices in the background. Yeah, there's a part of you that maybe there's a trust issue here as well. There's a feeling that, you know, maybe you're not trusting. It could be that you're not trusting your instincts, because we have it right next to the crown chakra card. And Spirit is saying, look, this is a real test for you, Aries. This is a test about whether or not you follow your intuition, because it feels like they're trying to tell you something and they're waiting to see if you pick it up, you know? So if you're feeling any guidance, like I said right at the beginning, that you think is odd or you're not sure about it, then this is about your intuition. And this is you know, your test in a way to see whether or not you're going to follow it. So it's interesting, because there feels like there's going to be this situation around, and when we do the clarifiers we'll get more detail, but there's definitely some sort of test here regarding a relationship situation. So please let me know in the comments if you've been in a relationship or you've met someone new and you're just not sure about them, like there's an inner voice telling you something about them, but your logical head is saying, do you know what? Yeah, but I think I might just ignore that and go for it anyway. You know what I mean? Let me know if that situation is occurring, because that's definitely a situation that I'm picking up here. Spirit are saying they want you to protect your emotional well-being. We have the Sacral Chakra card, and the Sacral Chakra is also about wishes and desires. So excuse me, the wishes and desires, it may be that you are letting your wishes and desires override what your intuition is trying to tell you. And in that way, you're deceiving yourself, Aries. So, you know, Spirit are really trying to raise your awareness of a situation in your life at the moment. This won't resonate with all of you, but for some of you, this is either about a new person, and it feels kind of like a new person, or a developing relationship. It could even be just a friendship. I know this is a love reading, but this could be a significant friendship in your life where you're getting mixed messages from within and you're not quite sure which way to take it. Spirit are saying that we have a card of disruption here. And, you know, you may feel that it's time to make changes, or this situation may bring about a change in the way that you approach your relationships and the way you deal with your relationships, you know, in future, because it kind of feels like there's a lot of learning going on with this situation at the moment, Aries. It's an interesting love reading because it kind of feels like there's lessons being learnt this month to prepare you for something that's coming up. November's reading is going to be really interesting, but we haven't finished this one yet. And the clarifiers will give us more information about this particular person, because this is definitely about a particular person in your life that sort of, you know, just rocked things for you a bit, because they're making you, because of the way they are, they're making you look at things from a different angle or handle things differently. And it may be that this, you know, learning curve has come about because you've been hanging on to how things were in previous relationships, you know. And, you know, we all have repeating patterns in our lives, but there's a part of you that sort of is almost not letting go of the pattern. As I say, this will only be for some of you, Aries, this time. It's quite a specific reading. But yeah, it kind of feels like they want to bring changes to this pattern that you have been in regarding relationships. And for some of you, you've maybe found it difficult to establish relationships or hold on to relationships. And maybe this person has come into your life to enable you to learn those lessons. There's also a big emphasis on communication. You have 3 chakra cards on the table. So this is really about addressing your inner being. And, you know, the different chakras obviously work with, I was going to say different parts of us, but you know what I mean. Here we have the throat chakra, which is all about communication. So, you know, maybe this is about you learning different ways to communicate in a relationship, or in this particular relationship, maybe you're learning just how to cope with this particular person. And I don't mean that to sound like hard work. I just think that this person has come into your life and is different to the people that you've been with before. And, you know, it's been a sort of a bit of a shock to your system, really, Aries. And so, you know, you're learning how to communicate with that person, but you're also questioning whether or not you can not trust them because there's anything wrong with them, but trust maybe your feelings about them, or trust their feelings about you. You know, these are the things that you seem to be questioning during the month of October. But they're saying, look, you know, if you work with this, you protect your emotions, you move on from relationships you've had in the past, Aries, you will get the reward and recognition that you deserve, you know? So the love is here, but you're learning different techniques at the moment. And I don't mean that to sound in any way patronising, because it's not, because we all learn it, but it feels like a time of growth for you, Aries, where you're learning new things about the person that has come into your life. So let's see if we can get some more detail here. Yeah, I mean, they've given it, look at this, they've thrown this out before we've even asked the question. Here we have, this is about you moving forward towards great love. You know, look at the support that's being given to you here, Aries. So whether this is spiritual support, whether it's the support of someone around you, they are supporting you to make these changes, to move towards great love. Okay, so that's what this is all about. In fact, I'm going to put that with the crown chakra card. And as I always say to you, those of you who've watched my channel for a while, I always put my cards face down when I'm not using them. But on the rare occasion I put them face up without even thinking, it's spirit telling me that I need to read that particular card. And look at the card that's on the bottom. Love abounds. So even though, you know, this reading was kind of strange for you, they want you to be mindful that there is a lot of love around you and that it's coming in for you, Aries. And that's why they want you to shift in your thinking, because your love may be slightly different to the love that you've had in the past. And as you can see, the next card down is the change your focus. So they're asking you to just change the way you look at things. Why do we have, whoops, why do we have deception and envy, please? Thank you. Detach, yeah. So we have, you know, you questioning things, you being a bit unsure, and Spirit is saying it's okay to do that because that's part of you processing what is going on for you at the moment. But they're saying they want you to actually detach from that feeling. They know that you're questioning whether or not you should be with this person. So in literal terms, this card is here for some of you to say, you know, the Spirit know that you're questioning whether or not you should be with this particular person because they're so different. But for others, you know, Spirit is saying, you know, it's okay to let go. You know, look at her releasing this dove here. It's okay to let go of those feelings of doubt because this is all a learning curve. Why do we have Sacral Chakra for Aries, please? Why do we have Sacral Chakra for Aries? Yeah, they're asking you to take the lead. They're asking you to, you know, they don't want you stressing with the mental conflict. They don't want you getting emotionally upset over this issue, okay? It's all just part of learning. They keep saying the word learning to me. So they're asking you to take control over your emotions at the moment. And actually, they're not saying block your emotions, but they're saying just keep a grip on your emotions here because there is no great tragedy happening here. This is all just about learning and empowering yourself in terms of being able to accept new experiences into your life, really. As I always say with these type of readings, if you are picking up red flags from the person that you're with or the person you're about to meet in October, then please, please do take notice of the red flags. By no means would I say in a reading to you, throw caution to the wind and just go for a risky relationship. No, 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 no. No way I would say that. So please take account if there are any red flags that you're picking up from a relationship that are really, you know, causing you concern or you feel may put you in danger, then please walk away. Please walk away, okay? But why do we have this mental conflict for Aries, Spirit? Gosh, we have another chakra card. And this is why, how interesting that they brought up the base chakra with the mental conflict, because over here, Spirit, we're asking you to take control, to take the lead with your emotional well-being and, you know, to sort of get some balance in terms of your wishes and desires. They want you to take control of yourself emotionally, because otherwise you're going to have this mental conflict. And the base chakra card is all about your core being. It's all about you being grounded. So they're asking you to keep your feet firmly on the ground, you know. Don't get wrapped up in this person who feels sort of kind of very enthusiastic about things, shall I say. You know, make sure that you're true to yourself, Aries. But stay grounded, you know, stay grounded. Otherwise, it will cause you a lot of mental conflict if things feel a bit out of your control. So why do we have disruption, please? Yeah, you look, disruption is a major change, and it may be that you've had to, your way of thinking has been disrupted, and they're asking you to just believe in it, just go with the flow, learn the lessons, and just literally have that self-belief that you will get through this uncertain period of time, because there's certainly love around you here. And like we said, this card I think was very significant, this particular card. Whatever's happening with you in October is moving you towards greater love. So why do we have memories of love, please, for Aries? Why do we have memories of love for Aries? Thank you. Yeah, it's time to move on from the past, Aries. If you are still dwelling on relationships from the past and you think they should be, all your relationships in the future should be like your relationship in the past, then, you know, it's going to hold you back. It's time to move on from that. This is why this person has been brought in, or this person will come in, who is different to people that you've dated or been with before, you know. I keep getting little bits of fluff over here. Anyway, sacrifice, please. Why do we have sacrifice for Aries? Why do we have sacrifice for Aries? Yeah, you may think that you're having to make sacrifices to the way your belief system or the things that you, as I say, you know, the path you wanted to follow. And what I would say to you is, Spirit are saying, you know, they want you to embrace the changes here, Aries, because it is all part of your personal growth. So they want you to embrace these changes, but don't lose yourself in the meantime. So we're not saying, you know, throw your belief system out of the window and follow this person. We're not saying that at all. What we're saying is embrace the changes that you feel comfortable with, but still stay true to yourself, Aries. So if you feel you're sacrificing too much of what you believe in, then you need to pull it back a bit. But the changes that you are enjoying or you feel are right for you, it's time to embrace them. So why do we have throat chakra for Aries, please? Thank you. I can't believe it. We have another chakra card. And they're saying, look, you will see the most effective change. You know, the third eye chakra is very sort of knowing. I love the word knowing with the third eye chakra. But you will actually see the changes in this situation if you communicate well. So if there are things you're concerned about in this relationship and you see that they're going to a place that you're not happy with, you need to communicate that to this particular person. As I said to some of you, this could be a friend in your or a member of your family that, you know, maybe you've not had contact with for a while, but they've come back into your life. And maybe this is a time when, you know, you need to set some boundaries for some of them. But for others, it feels this is a love reading, and for, you know, love can go in many different forms, can't it? Friends, family, etc., etc. For some of you, it will be about a relationship. It feels very much about, I keep getting the energy of a person who is a bit unorthodox in the way they do things, a bit sort of like to push the boundaries a bit, like to actually make their own path in life and don't cope well with structure and rules, etc., etc. I don't necessarily pick up illegal, though for some of them it's on the fringe, I feel. So I'm feeling that this person is likely to introduce you to activities, you know, that maybe you haven't tried before. And I don't mean necessarily illegal ones, although they are showing me, for some of you, you may be, this person may be involved in drugs, for some of you, which obviously is where you need to draw your line and your boundaries, because you really are best placed not to go down that route. But that's only for a very, very tiny minority. This person, I feel, is more sort of, I don't see them as a damaging person. They just live their own lives on their own path. And I feel that they like an adventure. And therefore they, you know, are more, they like risk-taking, which may seem very appealing to you in the beginning, Aries, but then may cause you some mental conflict as you go along, because it may simply be that there's somebody who likes to suddenly turn up on your doorstep and say, come on, we're going on a road trip for 3 months, you know, and you're saying, well, hang on, I've got an everyday life and work here. And they're going, no, throw it away, let's go. That's the sort of adventure I'm talking about. I'm not talking about them getting you into illegal activities, but do be mindful for a tiny percentage of you around drugs here, because there could be an issue for some of you with this person. But yeah, this is the sort of, I needed to explain that to you as to what I was feeling and what I was seeing, because then it puts this into more context. But, you know, stay safe and stay true to yourself, Aries, because you could learn a lot from this person in terms of their broader thinking and their creativity. But equally, you know, Spirit don't want you to sacrifice. They want you to embrace what you can learn from this person and enjoy with this person, but they don't want you to sacrifice yourself, basically. So why do we have recognition and reward, please? Yeah, you see, you know, there is recognition and reward. The lessons you're going to learn from this particular relationship are going to be huge, Aries. This is such an interesting reading this month because it's different to any of the other readings that I've done. And, you know, ultimately, it's leading you to a much better place where you're going to be rewarded for the lessons that you've learned. And that will then bring you the joy and stability that you've been craving. Okay, so if October turns into, I don't feel it's going to be a majorly stressy month because it's going to be balanced out with the creativity and adventurous nature of this particular person alongside you thinking, is this for me? It's going to sort of balance. So I don't feel it's going to be majorly stressful. I feel it's going to be quite sort of fast moving, quite sort of, yeah, a lot to learn really as you go along. And, you know, ultimately it's going to take you to that place where you're going to feel so much stronger and so much clearer about what you want from a relationship. So let's just pull, we're going to go through with some tarot clarifiers now, see what other information we can get. And then we need to draw it to a close because this is turning into a long reading again. I always do this. I say I'm going to make the reading shorter this time and then they end up really long. So why do we have love abounds, move and crown chakra, please, Spirit? Why do we have... Okay. What do we have here? It's really interesting because they've thrown me out two cards that kind of sum up the entire reading. They're saying, you know, this is time to let go of the past. You know, Aries, if you've been lingering with thoughts of your previous relationships, as it said over here, it really is time to move on from that. And they're bringing you in this adventurous person. This could be you in some cases where you're taking the lead. You know exactly what you want and you're moving forward. It kind of feels like, as I said, these two cards feel like they're summing up the entire reading because they're saying the whole point of them bringing you this experience during the month of October is for you to move on from the past, to take control and to know exactly where you want to be and take action towards it by the end of October. So that kind of sums up the entire reading, which is really, really interesting. I'm going to put them there because I don't actually think we need to clarify how bizarre. Okay, Spirit, we're not going to clarify them with tarot because they've just given us two tarot cards that kind of sum up why this whole process is happening. But I will just pull a couple of Moonology and then some Romance Angels, I think. So what is the general theme for Aries then this month, please? What is the general theme for Aries this month, please? What is the general theme for Aries? Yeah, look, luck is on your side. So things are going well, Aries. Even though I keep talking about lessons, things are actually going well. What else, please? Yeah, bring love into the situation. So they're saying enjoy this experience, Aries. Yes, there may be a learning curve here, but enjoy this experience. But they want you to hold your vision, like we said before. You know, hold on to who you are, but don't hold on so rigidly that you don't allow these new experiences to come into your being. Let's just do some Romance Angels. What else, please? Why do we have luck is on your side? What's this about, please? Oh, they've given me the 3 in one go. Spirit seem to be ahead of me totally at the moment. So we have, yes, new love. This is what I said. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings, and this is maybe why you're feeling a bit confused about things at the moment. Gosh, look at this. Calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So, you know, the more you focus on what it is you actually want and you move on from things that haven't worked well in the past, then the more likely is the right person will, the more likely it is that the right person will come into your life, you know? And this new person could be a soulmate, but they're very different to how you envisaged a soulmate being, perhaps. And they're asking you to make the effort. It says, great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Okay, so it's about, you know, holding your vision, but putting in some effort here to see how it progresses. Aries, I'm really excited for you about October because that just sounds like such an interesting month, honestly. And it sounds exciting because this person feels like they're bringing something different into your life. You know, and there may be some adjustments needed for you, but you're going to enjoy them. Enjoy the fun of it because it feels fun. This person's energy is a fun energy, okay? And so, yeah, please let me know. If you've enjoyed today's reading, please tick the like. That just helps the videos to keep being seen. And please do join us. Join our little flock. I'm dying to know what's going to happen for you in November, and whether or not this person is still around, and what adjustments you've made and what place it's taken you to, because they're telling us it's taking you to joy, stability, and you know it will have been worth making the effort for, Aries. That is really intriguing. Fantastic. Anyway, if any of you, by the way, would like to book a private reading, they're now available, so please check the details below. For those of you who've already contacted me about private readings, I have responded to all of you, so please check your junk folders on your email system because I've replied to people but haven't heard back. So, you know, if you're one of those people, you're waiting to hear from me, please do check your junk folder because I have responded to everybody now. Okay, Aries, I'm going to draw it to a close. Thank you for joining me and have an exciting, beautiful October. Take care.